Some journeys aren't just about places, they're about contrasts that redefine how we see the world. High-altitude cities where Baroque churches gleam under blue skies. Tropical shores where the ocean keeps secrets older than history itself. Puebla and Veracruz could not be more different, yet their stories intertwine like threads in a colorful tapestry. The mountains guard centuries of art, while the coasts breathe music into every night. Wanderers find themselves torn between cobblestone streets and barefoot walks in the sand. Every corner hides something unexpected: a mural, a legend, a sound carried by the wind. Even the food feels like poetry written in spice and tradition. But what truly makes these places unforgettable isn't just what you see, it's what you feel. A strange familiarity, as if you've been here before in another lifetime. An invitation to slow down, listen, and truly live. And once you leave, you'll realize the journey never really ends. Because Puebla and Veracruz will stay with you long after. That's the magic of discovery. This is exploring Puebla and Veracruz, where colonial streets meet tropical shores. Overview. At the heart of Mexico, Puebla sits perched amid rolling mountains, a city whose location has long made it a center of trade and culture. Just a short drive from Mexico City, it has played a crucial role in the country's history. Veracruz, facing the Caribbean Sea, presents an entirely different world of warm beaches, lush rainforests, and humid coastal air. The stark contrast between Puebla's highland coolness and Veracruz's tropical heat is one of the region's defining charms. Nature varies dramatically, from mountainous valleys to dense lowland forests teeming with life. Here, cultural heritage and natural beauty are inseparable, forming a region that captivates all senses. Puebla's streets showcase intricate Baroque and colonial architecture, reflecting centuries of craftsmanship. Veracruz brings a lively maritime history, its port towns bustling with music, dance, and coastal markets. This region is perfect for travelers seeking a mix of history, adventure, and relaxation. The local culture blends indigenous roots with Spanish and broader European influences. Seasons shape the best times to visit, with mild weather in Puebla's highlands and breezy days along Veracruz's coast. The upcoming journey will take viewers from historic streets to tropical beaches, revealing a spectrum of experiences. Mountain trails and rivers invite exploration in Puebla, while Veracruz offers coral reefs and sandy shores. Local festivals bring plazas to life with color, music, and movement. Each architectural style in Puebla tells a story of colonial ambition and indigenous adaptation. Veracruz's colorful neighborhoods reflect centuries of cultural exchange and maritime heritage. Nature lovers can witness exotic wildlife and tropical flora along both coasts and highlands. Street markets overflow with vibrant foods, crafts, and textiles. Music and dance are omnipresent, from mariachi performances to traditional coastal rhythms. Culinary offerings range from Puebla's hearty moles to Veracruz's seafood delicacies. Landmarks and monuments provide insights into pivotal historical events. Visitors encounter living traditions in crafts, music, and everyday rituals. The region's climate diversity allows for year-round exploration of different ecosystems. The interplay of nature, history, and culture makes every visit unique. Travelers can shift from mountain hikes to beach relaxation in just hours. Every corner reflects the fusion of past and present, indigenous and European. Rivers, waterfalls, and coastal breezes create a sensory palette that complements historical exploration. By journey's end, viewers gain a comprehensive sense of Puebla and Veracruz's remarkable contrasts. The city's architecture, culture, and landscapes together form a compelling story. From colonial streets to tropical shores, every moment is an invitation to explore deeper. This duality of experiences, blending history, nature, and culture, makes Puebla and Veracruz an unforgettable destination. geography, and landscapes. Standing at the foot of Popocatépetl, one cannot help but feel dwarfed by the sheer scale of this volcano. Smoke curls lazily from its crater, hinting at the fiery power that lies within. The Valley of Puebla spreads below like a living carpet, its green fields stretching to the horizon, dotted with farms and tiny villages. Trekking through the valley, one discovers hidden streams, orchards, and winding trails that reveal the quiet rhythm of rural life. Every corner offers a surprise, a secluded grove, a flower in bloom, or the distant silhouette of the volcano against the morning light. The air in the highlands is crisp and refreshing, carrying the faint scent of pine and fertile soil. Small birds dart between trees, singing as the sun climbs higher. Farmers tend to their maize and vegetable plots, a rhythm unchanged for generations. Alongside narrow country roads, ox carts and cyclists pass silently, adding to the peaceful cadence of the valley. Mountain peaks in the distance glisten with snow, creating a dramatic backdrop against the vibrant fields. Valleys alternate with gentle hills, each offering unique views for photographers and hikers alike. Traveling east, Veracruz opens up like a tropical dream, with golden beaches stretching endlessly and waves that invite you to dive in. Dense coastal forests provide shade and mystery, while hidden coves and islands offer perfect spots for exploration. Cascada de Texolo, a thunderous waterfall framed by jungle cliffs, becomes a magical destination for hikers and photographers alike. The Papaloapan and Coatzacoalcos rivers snake through the landscape, lined with palms and mangroves, sustaining communities and wildlife. Each river bend reveals fishing villages, birds gliding overhead, and children playing along the banks. The tropical climate brings warm, humid days and sudden, refreshing rains that breathe life into forests and meadows. Mangrove tunnels along estuaries hide crabs, fish, and nesting birds. A miniature rainforest by the sea. Trails range from easy coastal walks to steep, challenging climbs through misty mountain forests. Sunrises over volcanic peaks cast golden light across valleys, while sunsets over the Gulf of Mexico splash the sky with fiery hues. High in the cloud forests, rare orchids and moss-covered trees await discovery, their vibrant colors contrasting with deep green foliage. Monkeys swing gracefully through the canopy, while toucans call loudly in the distance. Secluded islands along the coast harbor, nesting turtles and rare birds, making every boat ride a wildlife adventure. Waterfall, like hidden jewels, tumble into crystal clear pools, perfect for a refreshing dip after a long hike. Small villages along the coast thrive on fishing and agriculture, their traditions intertwined with the natural rhythm of the land. Trails carved into volcanic slopes offer panoramic views that stretch from mountain peaks to distant beaches. Rivers reflect the changing sky, creating mirrors of pink, orange, and violet at dawn and dusk. Hiking enthusiasts find themselves immersed in nature, often encountering flora and fauna unseen elsewhere. The juxtaposition of snow-capped mountains and tropical beaches is a testament to the region's diversity. Exploring Puebla and Veracruz engages all senses: the scent of wet jungle, the sound of crashing waves, the sight of golden sands, and the touch of volcanic rocks. Seasonal rains transform the landscape, causing rivers to swell and forests to burst with life. Valleys, rivers, and beaches intersect seamlessly, offering endless adventures. Birds, insects, and mammals create a symphony of wildlife sounds throughout the day. Hidden trails lead to waterfalls, secluded lagoons, and ancient volcanic formations. Each step brings a new discovery: a rare flower, a vibrant bird, or the unexpected roar of a waterfall. The landscape constantly changes as one moves from highlands to lowlands, jungle to coastline. From volcanic peaks to tropical shores, every corner of Puebla and Veracruz tells a story. Nature here feels alive, dynamic, and welcoming to all who explore. Sunlight filters through dense foliage, casting playful shadows on forest paths. The distant rumble of Popocatépetl reminds visitors of the region's raw power. Small fishing boats drift along rivers, reflecting centuries of local culture intertwined with nature. Beaches sparkle under the midday sun, inviting exploration and relaxation. Trails twist along ridgelines, revealing hidden coves and panoramic vistas. Even after long treks, every site is worth pausing to admire. The land is a mosaic of ecosystems, each with its own charm and secrets. Valleys and waterfalls, rivers, and coasts combine into a natural playground. Hiking, boating, and photography opportunities are endless. Every sunrise and sunset feels unique, painting the sky differently each day. The adventure through Puebla and Veracruz is a journey into Mexico's heart of natural beauty, unforgettable and endlessly fascinating. History and heritage. The history of Puebla and Veracruz unfolds like a living museum. The Totonac and Nahua people cultivated the fertile valleys long before the arrival of the Spanish, creating complex societies with remarkable art, architecture, and ceremonial centers. Their cities were organized around plazas and temples, reflecting sophisticated religious and social hierarchies. Archaeological evidence, including stone carvings, pottery, and murals, reveals a society deeply connected to nature and astronomy. These pre-Hispanic cultures left a lasting legacy that continues to influence local traditions and crafts. In 1531, the Spanish established Puebla de Los Angeles, choosing a strategic location between Mexico City and the port of Veracruz. The city's design reflected European urban planning, with orderly streets and central plazas surrounded by churches and government buildings. Spanish settlers brought new architectural styles, blending Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque elements with local influences. Puebla quickly became a cultural and commercial hub, attracting artisans, traders, and scholars. This fusion of indigenous and European cultures created a distinctive identity that defines Puebla to this day. Puebla witnessed some of the most dramatic moments in Mexican history. La Noche Triste, or the Sad Night, saw indigenous forces resist Hernán Cortés, leaving a profound mark on the region. During the War of Independence, locals played pivotal roles in rallying support and defending their cities. Religious structures such as Puebla Cathedral and the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe became more than spiritual centers. They were symbols of resilience and community. The Baroque architecture, detailed altarpieces, and ornate chapels tell stories of centuries of faith, conquest, and adaptation. Pilgrims and visitors alike are drawn to these landmarks, feeling the weight of history in every stone. Veracruz's coastline tells a story of exploration and commerce. Cristobal Colon's landing on these shores marked the beginning of sustained European contact with Mexico. The port became a gateway for trade, migration, and cultural exchange, shaping the economic and social life of the region. San Juan de Ulua, a massive fortress, protected the city from pirates and foreign invasions, highlighting the strategic importance of Veracruz. Today, it stands as a monument to the layered history of conquest, defense, and resilience, drawing visitors who want to glimpse the past up close. European influence permeates both regions. The historic center of Puebla, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserves colonial streets, plazas, and houses with colorful Talavera tiles. Talavera pottery itself represents a blend of Spanish glazing techniques and indigenous craftsmanship, a tangible symbol of cultural fusion. Spanish colonization influenced local customs, cuisine, language, and religious practices, weaving a rich cultural tapestry. Museums across Puebla and Veracruz showcase centuries of history, from pre-Hispanic artifacts to colonial relics, offering immersive experiences for visitors. Artifacts, paintings, and everyday objects reveal how people lived, worked, and celebrated across generations. From ancient civilizations to colonial milestones, Puebla and Veracruz offer a multi-layered historical journey. Each alley, plaza, and fortress whispers stories of conquest, adaptation, and resilience. Walking through these cities feels like stepping back in time, where centuries-old architecture coexists with lively modern life. Festivals and cultural events reenact historical moments, keeping traditions alive. Visitors can explore churches, museums, and old markets, each revealing a piece of the intricate puzzle of Mexico's past. The legacy of Talavera pottery extends beyond aesthetics, representing centuries of artisanal knowledge passed through generations. Religious ceremonies, local festivals, and traditional music reflect the enduring influence of both pre-Hispanic and Spanish traditions. Veracruz's harbor continues to be a living connection to the past, with boats and ships echoing centuries of maritime activity. Architectural styles blend indigenous motifs with European forms, creating a visual dialogue between cultures. The fortified walls of San Juan de Ulua remind us of the challenges and triumphs faced by those who lived here centuries ago. By exploring Puebla and Veracruz, visitors experience history as a living, breathing entity. Every street corner, plaza, and museum exhibition offers insight into the struggles, creativity, and resilience of the people. The blend of pre-Hispanic ingenuity and colonial artistry shapes a narrative that is both complex and inspiring. From the sacred temples of the Totonac to the ornate cathedrals of Puebla, history is palpable in every structure. Artifacts, tiles, and manuscripts serve as tangible links to a past that continues to inform identity and culture today. The intertwined histories of these regions demonstrate the importance of preservation and cultural appreciation. Walking through the old quarters, one can sense the flow of time, where centuries overlap in daily life. Culinary traditions, musical heritage, and artistic expressions all carry echoes of both indigenous and colonial influences. Museum, guided tours, and historical markers provide context, allowing visitors to piece together the story of these regions. Even local artisans and craftsmen continue techniques refined over generations, ensuring that the past remains a living, active part of the present. Ultimately, Puebla and Veracruz are more than destinations. They are chronicles of human endurance and cultural synthesis. Every cathedral, fortress, and market tells a story of adaptation, resilience, and creativity. Visitors leave not only with images and souvenirs, but with a deep understanding of how history shapes identity. By engaging with these regions, travelers witness the dynamic interplay of past and present, where heritage is not frozen in time but continues to evolve. These cities invite curiosity, reflection, and appreciation for the richness of Mexico's historical tapestry. Every visit becomes a journey into the heart of a nation's soul, where centuries of human experience converge in vibrant, living landscapes. Culture and traditions. The cultural mosaic of Puebla and Veracruz begins with music. Mariachi, often linked to national identity, thrives in Puebla's plazas and festivals. Son Jarocho in Veracruz demonstrates cross-cultural exchange, combining African rhythms, indigenous chants, and Spanish melodies. Danzón, imported from Cuba, illustrates Veracruz's role as a gateway for Caribbean influences and continues to be danced by older generations in public squares. Dia de Muertos in Puebla highlights how memory and faith intertwine. Families build elaborate ofrendas adorned with marigolds, photos, and traditional food. This practice, while rooted in pre-Hispanic beliefs, was reshaped by Catholic traditions. The festival reveals how Puebla preserves cultural identity while adapting to global tourism. Veracruz's carnival demonstrates cultural resilience and openness. Born in colonial times as a festival of freedom, it now attracts national and international visitors. Its parades, costumes, and dances show the city's ties to Caribbean culture. The event also reflects how community celebration strengthens social bonds. Folk dances embody the visual language of identity. Puebla's danzas regionales tell stories of battles, courtship, and harvest. Veracruz's zapateado, with its percussive footwork, symbolizes the energy of coastal traditions. Costumes not only beautify performances, but also preserve symbolic meaning tied to geography and history. Talavera ceramics showcase craftsmanship that bridges two worlds. Introduced by Spanish artisans in the 16th century, they merge with indigenous clay techniques. Today, workshops maintain strict authenticity, with each piece certified. These ceramics function both as household items and as cultural emblems recognized worldwide. Coffee and chocolate traditions link Puebla and Veracruz to ancient Mesoamerican roots. Veracruz, with fertile volcanic soil, produces beans of exceptional quality, fueling both local cafes and global exports. Puebla's chocolate, consumed as a thick drink or in mole, represents centuries of culinary continuity. These practices embody the intimate bond between agriculture and daily life. Street art and puppetry show the democratization of culture. Puppetry, once a village entertainment, now enters theaters and festivals, engaging audiences of all ages. Street murals convey political commentary, highlighting issues like migration and identity. Both forms ensure that cultural expression remains dynamic and accessible. Spanish religious influence remains a dominant layer. Holy Week celebrations mirror European processions, yet indigenous touches, like floral offerings and native instruments, persist. This duality illustrates how colonial history shaped, but never erased, local traditions. Faith becomes both ritual and performance. Indigenous rituals maintain sacred continuity. Ceremonies to honor the earth, fertility, or ancestral spirits resist assimilation. Anthropologists note how these practices survive in rural communities, passed orally and through symbolic gestures. They serve as anchors of cultural identity amid modern change. Finally, cultural clubs and modern venues represent the evolution of tradition. Youth in Veracruz remix Son Jarocho with hip-hop, while Puebla bands experiment with mariachi fusion. Dance collectives organize festivals that merge folklore with contemporary choreography. The result is a living culture that honors the past while boldly shaping its future. People and life. When you arrive in Veracruz, the first thing you'll notice is the open-armed hospitality. Locals welcome strangers like long-lost friends, offering a smile, a seat at their table, and stories passed down through generations. This tradition of generosity stems from a culture built on both coastal trade and tight-knit communities. Visitors often say that the people of Veracruz make you feel like you belong, even if you've just stepped off the bus. In Puebla, family is the very heart of life. Generations live under one roof, sharing meals, chores, and celebrations. Food is the glue that binds everyone together, from morning tamales to Sunday mole poblano. Family kitchens often smell of spices, laughter, and recipes whispered by abuelas. Indigenous groups still shape the cultural landscape. The Totonac, once keepers of vanilla, proudly guard their rituals. The Nawa maintain deep ties to ancient cosmology and farming traditions. Meanwhile, the Papaluca keep alive a unique identity, speaking their language despite outside influences. Traditional crafts are not just hobbies, they're livelihoods. Ceramic artisans mold earth into vessels that carry both function and art. Weavers create textiles so vibrant, each thread feels alive with history. These crafts are sold in small workshops, where the maker's hands still shape every detail. Life by the coast has its own rhythm. Days move with the tide, and evenings stretch under salt-filled breezes. Fishermen mend nets, while children play barefoot on warm sand. Stress dissolves into the sound of waves and guitar strums. Markets here are more than places to shop. They're living theaters of daily life. Stalls burst with tropical fruits, fresh tortillas, and aromatic herbs. Farmers proudly sell produce they grew themselves, often exchanging more smiles than coins. It's a dance of bargaining, storytelling, and sharing meals. Food rituals follow a pattern: strong breakfasts, light dinners. Morning tables brim with eggs, beans, and bread to fuel long work days. Lunch becomes the day's most festive feast. Evening meals are modest, often shared while recounting the day. Faith weaves seamlessly into daily living. Catholic traditions dominate, yet indigenous beliefs persist. Altars with candles and flowers adorn humble homes. Every prayer, procession, and festival reflects a union of worlds. Language ties everything together. Spanish dominates, but native tongues like Nahuatl or Totonac echo in rural villages. Each carries not only words, but ways of seeing the world. coexistence of languages strengthens cultural roots. Modernity and tradition meet on the same street. Young people dance to reggaeton, while grandparents hum son jarocho. Fashion mixes jeans with embroidered hoop hills. Together, they create a lifestyle both ancient and fresh. Animals. Wildlife in Puebla and Veracruz represents one of Mexico's greatest treasures, with each ecosystem hosting species found nowhere else. Bright parrots dominate the forests, their intelligence and mimicry earning them roles as cultural icons. Thrushes, beloved for their singing, are common in Puebla's gardens. Tropical birds like toucans extend this avian richness, providing vital roles in seed dispersal. Their ecological importance is as striking as their beauty. In the rainforests, monkeys illustrate the balance of intelligence and survival. Howler monkeys act as alarm clocks for entire villages, their guttural calls signaling dawn. Spider monkeys, more agile, ensure the forest canopy remains a dynamic network. Squirrels and coatis add diversity, each species playing a part in spreading fruit and maintaining the forest floor. These animals prove how biodiversity is interlinked, with each organism affecting the next. Reptiles along the coast carry both danger and mystery. Crocodiles dominate estuaries, their silent ambush making them apex predators. By contrast, sea turtles represent vulnerability. Green turtles, once hunted to near extinction, now receive strong legal protections. Veracruz's coastline has become a sanctuary where biologists monitor nests and teach tourists about responsible interaction. This work highlights a broader story of conservation's success against overwhelming odds. Few migrations compared to the monarch butterflies arriving in Puebla's highlands. These insects, weighing less than a paperclip, travel thousands of miles to overwinter in Mexican forests. Entire colonies shimmer in orange and black, creating a surreal spectacle. The phenomenon links North America through biology, demonstrating how international borders mean nothing to nature. Their presence is fragile, depending heavily on healthy forests. Migratory birds and seabirds strengthen this theme of connection. Every season, Veracruz hosts pelicans, gulls, and frigate birds that have crossed continents. Inland, wetlands welcome ducks and cranes, many of which come from as far north as Canada. Their stopovers in Mexico make survival possible for species across the hemisphere. Protecting these sites means protecting life far beyond local borders. Aquatic ecosystems reveal similar complexity. Rivers in Puebla shelter native fish species, while the Gulf waters teem with snapper, tuna, and reef fish. These ecosystems sustain local diets but also contribute to economic livelihoods. Overfishing, however, threatens this balance, making sustainable practices vital for the future. Tourism increasingly focuses on observing rather than harvesting. Some creatures remind us of nature's risks. Venomous snakes and scorpions have adapted to local environments, often blending seamlessly into their surroundings. These species play roles in controlling rodent and insect populations. Yet they also symbolize the need for respect. Step too carelessly, and danger lurks. Myths surrounding them often blend fear with reverence, reflecting humanity's uneasy relationship with predators. Conservation is at the heart of modern wildlife discussions. Jaguars, ocelots, and even rare amphibians are now subjects of protection programs. These species act as umbrella animals, meaning their preservation safeguards entire ecosystems. Ecotourism has been a driving force, transforming travelers into contributors to conservation efforts. Puebla and Veracruz thus illustrate a global trend toward coexistence. The past, too, holds stories of animals that shaped human life. Fossils of mammoths and mastodons connect the region to the Ice Age. Archaeological evidence shows early hunters depended on these massive creatures for food and tools. Museums today tell these stories, bridging prehistory with present conservation. History and ecology intersect in compelling ways. Finally, tourism ties all of this together. Visitors can release baby turtles, hike into butterfly reserves, or listen to howler monkeys at dawn. These encounters shift perspectives, reminding people that wildlife is not decoration, but foundation. Puebla and Veracruz offer a lesson: respect the animals, and they will reveal a world of beauty, resilience, and interconnection. Plants. Walking through Puebla and Veracruz feels like stepping into a living garden, where every corner hides a new botanical surprise. Along the coastal rainforests, the air is heavy with moisture, and enormous trees stretch endlessly upward, their trunks wrapped in climbing vines. Sunlight barely reaches the ground, creating a shadowy world where orchids cling to bark and bromeliads collect rainwater in their cups. For a traveler, it feels like entering a green cathedral built entirely by nature. Flowers make these regions unforgettable. Chrysanthemums glow in markets during Dia de Muertos, adding bursts of orange and yellow to somber altars. Lilies, pure white and delicately fragrant, are seen not only in churches but also in family gardens, where they mark celebrations and sacred moments. Hibiscus, on the other hand, is playful and everyday, its petals steeped into ruby red agua de Jamaica, a drink that cools you down after hours of exploring colonial streets. These blossoms are more than beauty. They are memory markers. The use of medicinal plants is another layer of discovery. Local guides point out herbs like hierba buena and epazote, each carrying centuries of indigenous wisdom. Travelers often encounter traditional healers in rural villages, offering remedies made from roots and leaves. Trying these treatments connects you directly with a heritage that values the healing power of nature. Fruit trees invite you to taste the land itself. Mangoes are abundant, juicy, and sometimes so ripe they fall right at your feet. Limes perfume your fingers when peeled, and their zest finds its way into Veracruz seafood dishes. Mangosteens, exotic and almost jewel-like, surprise visitors with their creamy sweetness. Sampling these fruits feels like experiencing the climate and soil translated into flavor. Up in the highlands, the journey changes character. The forest near Popocatépetl replaced tropical humidity with crisp air and the scent of pine. Walking trails reveal fir trees towering over volcanic soil, with wildflowers peeking out in bursts of color. It is a dramatic reminder that Puebla and Veracruz are shaped by mountains as much as by seas. Among all plants, coffee is perhaps the soul of Veracruz. Coffee plantations stretch across misty slopes, their neat rows of glossy green shrubs glowing with red cherries during harvest. Standing in a plantation, you can smell the sweet jasmine-like fragrance of the blossoms. Workers carefully hand-pick the cherries, a process unchanged for generations. Drinking a cup of Veracruz coffee afterward is not just about taste, it is about honoring the journey from soil to cup, from farmer to traveler. Magnolias and bougainvillea add vibrancy to daily life. In plazas, magnolias spread their fragrance across shaded benches, while bougainvillea climbs over whitewashed walls, painting towns in magenta and purple. For visitors, these flowers are as much part of the architecture as the colonial facades themselves. Exploring wetlands introduces yet another landscape. Mangroves twist their roots into tidal waters, creating safe havens for herons and fish. Water lilies float serenely, mirroring the sky, while reeds sway in coastal breezes. The scene feels untouched, ancient, yet essential to protecting the coastline. Even the herbs in the kitchen tell a story. Oregano gives a familiar warmth to soups, while epizot surprises newcomers with its sharp, earthy notes. Learning to recognize these flavors in local dishes makes you realize that culture is written not only in stone, but also in leaves and seeds. Conservation is the final, necessary chapter. National parks and botanical reserves open their gates to visitors, teaching them about endangered orchids, medicinal shrubs, and mountain pines. These efforts remind travelers that the beauty they see is fragile. To walk among these plants is to carry responsibility, to admire, to learn, and to protect. Puebla and Veracruz are not simply places to visit. They are living landscapes to be cared for. Landmarks and wonders. The Puebla Cathedral stands as a masterclass in Baroque architecture, embodying the Spanish crown's ambition to project power through faith. Its soaring towers and detailed ornamentation reveal how religion and politics intertwined in colonial Mexico. The interior's gilded altars, illuminated by candlelight, exemplify the material wealth drawn from New Spain's resources. In many ways, this cathedral rivals European counterparts, yet it retains a distinctly Mexican identity through local artisanship. It demonstrates how global styles were localized, producing unique cultural hybrids. The convent of Santa Monica further illustrates this cultural blending. Beyond its religious function, it became a sanctuary for nuns safeguarding traditions under shifting political climates. Today, its museum presents religious art and relics that serve as both spiritual and anthropological records. The convent's culinary contributions, such as preserved recipes, highlight how faith communities shape Puebla's identity even beyond theology. Institutions like Santa Monica reveal how religious spaces doubled as cultural incubators. In Veracruz, San Juan de Ulua reflects the militarized nature of colonial expansion. Built to secure maritime routes, it symbolized both protection and oppression. As a prison, it became a site of suffering where political dissidents and criminals shared confinement. The fortress reveals Mexico's entanglement with global trade, piracy, and imperial control. Its continued presence on the Veracruz waterfront offers a tangible reminder of how architecture can embody both triumph and trauma. Callejón de los Sapos, by contrast, demonstrates continuity of urban tradition in a more communal sense. Once focused on commerce and antiques, it has evolved into a cultural marketplace. Its brightly painted facades represent vernacular adaptations of European forms, infusing local identity into urban design. The alley exemplifies how ordinary spaces acquire extraordinary cultural value over time. It illustrates how heritage is not static but living, adapting to contemporary rhythms while honoring the past. The Zócalo of Puebla epitomizes the concept of the Spanish Plaza Mayor, a civic and religious nucleus. Its arcades, fountains, and proximity to the cathedral echo Iberian urban planning transplanted to the New World. Over centuries, the square has absorbed new meanings, becoming a stage for independence, protest, and celebration. This layering of functions makes it not merely a geographic center, but a social and historical palimpsest. The haciendas scattered through Puebla and Veracruz reveal the economic backbone of the colonial system. These estates symbolize both wealth and inequality, showcasing elite opulence alongside indigenous and mestizo labor. Their preserved architecture, arches, chapels, and courtyards illustrates the integration of European models into Mexican landscapes. Some have been restored as hotels, yet their legacy still sparks debates about memory, heritage, and justice. Murals and Gothic-inspired architecture represent a shift in narrative authority. Murals, and often associated with 20th century movements, foreground indigenous identity and popular struggles. Meanwhile, Gothic motifs in older religious structures underscore European influence in shaping spiritual experience. Together, they highlight the dialogic nature of Mexican visual culture, where imported styles and local voices intersect. This hybridity defines much of Puebla and Veracruz's architectural fabric. Puebla's recognition by UNESCO underscores its universal value. The historic center's tiled houses and Talavera pottery embody centuries of artisanal mastery. Talavera, with its Islamic Spanish origins, became a symbol of Puebla's unique contribution to global ceramic traditions. Such acknowledgement ensures not only preservation, but also a global platform for local identity. UNESCO status elevates what was once regional into a heritage of humanity. The ruins of Tecali de Herrera illustrate the fragility of colonial projects. The roofless convent symbolizes both ambition and decay, a reminder that empires rise and fall. Yet its transformation into an open-air monument imbues it with renewed meaning. The surrounding onyx workshops show how communities reinterpret heritage, keeping artistic traditions alive. Tecali exemplifies the resilience of culture in the face of ruin. Finally, the natural wonders of Puebla and Veracruz highlight the inseparability of environment and identity. Volcanoes, waterfalls, and beaches provided both resources and symbols that shaped local cosmologies. Popocatépetl, for example, has long carried mythological significance, embodying narratives of love and sacrifice. These landscapes are not mere backdrops, but integral to cultural continuity. They remind us that heritage extends beyond stone monuments into the living earth. Cuisine. Let's be honest, if you're exploring Puebla and Veracruz, you'll probably spend half your trip eating. And trust me, that's the best way to discover these regions. Start with Puebla's superstar, mole poblano. It's smoky, sweet, spicy, and velvety, all at once. Locals call it the dish of celebrations, and once you try it, you'll understand why. Chiles en nogada is the showstopper. Bright green peppers, creamy walnut sauce, and juicy pomegranate seeds come together like fireworks. It's patriotic, seasonal, and absolutely Instagram-worthy. But beyond looks, it's a dish loaded with history. Eating it feels like joining a centuries-old celebration. On the streets, tamales keep mornings warm. Soft, steaming bundles of masa with chicken or beans tucked inside. Meanwhile, kidney, tlayudas, oversized tortillas, bring crunch and flavor overload. They're messy, satisfying, and pure joy to eat with your hands. Forget fancy cutlery. This is street food at its finest. Now let's talk Veracruz, home of seafood dreams. Picture fresh crab, giant shrimp, and whole fish grilled to perfection. Add lime, garlic, and chilies, and you've got food that tastes like the ocean itself. Here, seafood isn't just food, it's daily life. Every bite carries the rhythm of the waves. Arroz a la tumbada is Veracruz's signature comfort dish. Think of it as Mexico's paella cousin, but with more spice and less fuss. It's hearty, colorful, and perfect for sharing. When locals cook it, the whole neighborhood knows. It smells that good. One bowl can win your heart. Of course, Tacos al pastor are everywhere. Golden red pork carved off the spit, topped with pineapple, cilantro, and onion. The salsas? Oh, they're the secret weapon. From mild and smoky to fire-breathing hot, you'll want to try them all. Warning, once you start, you can't stop. The fruit here is unreal. Mangoes dripping with juice. Pineapples so sweet they taste like candy. Vendors squeeze fresh juices on the spot. Perfect for a hot afternoon. Maracuya, or passion fruit, is a must-try. It's like drinking sunshine through a straw. And yes, drinks go beyond juice. Tequila and mezcal make regular appearances. Local sip, never shoot, savoring every smoky, earthy note. It's about conversation as much as taste. Raise a glass in your part of the family. Markets are where the magic happens. In Puebla, mole pastes fill the air with spice. In Veracruz, seafood vendors shout prices over the sound of clattering fish. It's chaotic, colorful, and absolutely unforgettable. This is food in its rawest, truest form. For dessert, don't miss cacao-based sweets or candied oranges. Or grab a concha, Mexico's beloved sweet bread. Pair it with hot chocolate and you're in heaven. Trust me, ending your day this way is non-negotiable. Food this good deserves a sweet finale. Here's a pro tip. Skip the hotel restaurants. Head straight to local markets early in the morning. That's when you'll find tamales fresh out of the pot and fruit at its juiciest. Another hack, ask locals where they eat. It's usually the best kept secret. Because in Puebla and Veracruz, The best meals are always shared. Mysteries and legends. La Llorona, the woman who weeps by the river. On foggy nights along the Papaloapan and the Ariac, people swear they hear a woman's cry trailing the water. Ay, mis hijos. Boatmen say the sound rides the current, growing louder near bends where eddies form, and then vanishes as if swallowed by the reeds. Parents tell the tale as a warning about the danger of fast water and late returns, but the chill it leaves is real enough to quiet a whole pier. Old-timers point to sudden cold drafts sweeping off the river as the moment La Llorona passes unseen. Totonac legends and their gods. In the Totonac world, thunder isn't weather, it's tajin, a force that cracks the sky open so corn can drink. The Danza de los Voladores in Papantla is more than spectacle. A ritual petition for rain that threads myth to gravity with 13 skyward revolutions. Stories place Quetzalcoatl as a teacher who walked the Gulf lowlands, promising order when the winds turned cruel. Every summer storm rolling over the vanilla orchards is retold as a god clearing his throat. Unexcavated tombs in the hills. Villagers in the Sierra Norte speak of stone chambers sealed under breathing earth mounds beyond Yohualachan. Dogs refuse to linger at certain knolls, and metal detectors click in jittery bursts before going mute again. Archaeologists map anomalies, then budgets stall, and the hills keep their quiet bargains with time. Fireside talk insists clay urns and jade beads are still out there, close enough to touch if you knew which routes to follow. Popocatépetl spirit, the warrior volcano. Puebla's skyline is scripted by Popocatépetl, the sentinel who keeps watch for his snow-sleeping beloved, Iztaccíhuatl. When the volcano exhales ash, elders say the warrior is stoking his torch, refusing to let the night forget her. The glow at the crater rim becomes a pulse, a heartbeat that syncs with the city's church bells at dawn. From Atlixco's fields, people look up and read the plume like weather and prophecy at once. Ghost stories in old churches. Inside Puebla Cathedral, whispers ride the draft that spills from the crypt stairs, as if Latin was still warming the stones. Caretakers at ex-convents tell of footsteps that stop exactly one tile before a cloister arch and never cross. Some say candles relight after midnight in side chapels no one tends, leaving puddles of wax shaped like teardrops. Whether tricks of airflow or memory, the air there hangs heavier than elsewhere in town. Pirates in Veracruz waters. The port still remembers 1683, when Lawrencillo's pirates stormed in and left prayers and shutters shaking. Rumors claim gold fled into mangrove channels near Isla de Sacrificios, while bells tolled from San Juan de Ulua. Divers talk of chains rooted in seafloor silt, pointing to nothing and everything. Every time a norther snaps masts and the harbor lights go dim, the city retells its pirate hour. Forgotten civilizations, Totonac and Olmec. Before cathedrals, Olmec hands raised colossal heads from basalt hauled out of the tuxless like Earth's own teeth. Totonac ball courts later stitched cities together with limestone lanes, and the rubber ball thudded like a drum of fate. Pottery shards still surface after rains, as if the soil wants to remember its languages. What museums bind in glass, the countryside keeps in rumor, a second archive underfoot. Natural phenomena tied to legend. When nortes hammer the Veracruz coast, roofs sing and people say the storm gods are quarreling over tribute. Sailors used to cheer St. Elmo's fire streaking blue along a mast and call it a saint's lantern guiding them home. Ash falls from Popocatépetl, dust corn leaves like gray lace, and farmers say the mountain has blessed and warned in the same breath. Lightning that fractures a single cloud over the Sierra feels less like electricity than a god tapping the sky's shell. The mystery of Talavera pottery. Puebla's Talavera workshops guard clay blends from Cholula and Amazoc, like recipes that decide a family's name. The deep cobalt that swims under glaze traces back to merchants and secrets, not just pigments. Collectors read master marks on the base the way monks read marginalia, hunting for clues a kiln meant to hide. Every flawless bowl looks simple until you know how many failures pave that shine. Esoteric festivals, light, masks, ritual. On Dia de Muertos, candlelight makes a second city on tabletops, and it's hard to say which one feels more alive. In Puebla, Huehue's carnivals swap faces with carved masks so ancestors can laugh without being recognized. Veracruz's nocturnal processions braid brass bands with salt air until sorrow and dance become the same step. What crowds call spectacle, elders call an agreement. Keep telling the old stories, and the old stories keep us. Closing. Puebla and Veracruz together embody a perfect harmony between history and nature. Puebla carries the aura of colonial streets, Baroque churches, and volcanic landscapes, while Veracruz greets travelers with tropical shores, Afro-Caribbean rhythms, and endless coastlines. One is surrounded by cool mountain air, the other wrapped in humid ocean breezes. This striking contrast creates an experience unlike any other in Mexico. It feels as if two worlds exist side by side, yet they complement each other beautifully. The cultural richness of these regions is undeniable. Puebla enchants with its Talavera tiles, monumental cathedrals, and the legendary Cinco de Mayo battlefields. Veracruz dances with son, jarocho, carnival parades, and traditions brought from across the seas. Festivals here are not just events, they are living expressions of centuries-old heritage. Each melody, each step, each color tells a story that links the past with the present. The people of Puebla and Veracruz are as diverse as their landscapes. Warm, hospitable, and deeply proud of their identity. They welcome strangers as if they were family. In Puebla, you'll meet artisans keeping ancient crafts alive, while in Veracruz, fishermen share tales of the sea passed down through generations. Their friendliness transforms a simple trip into a human connection, reminding us that culture is best understood through its people. Nature here is raw and breathtaking. From snow-capped Popocatépetl watching over Puebla to the mangroves and coral reefs of Veracruz, every scene feels like a painting. The biodiversity is staggering. Rare orchids bloom in cloud forests, exotic birds flash through tropical jungles, and marine life thrives offshore. For nature lovers, it's a paradise where discovery never ends. Architectural and natural wonders only deepen this allure. Puebla's historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, brimming with ornate facades and golden altars. Veracruz, on the other hand, offers fortresses guarding its port and ancient ruins hidden in the jungle. Together, they form a gallery of human achievement and natural beauty. Legends and mysteries add an air of intrigue. Puebla whispers of tunnels beneath the city, while Veracruz speaks of pirate gold and sea spirits. These tales fuel curiosity, inviting travelers to look deeper, to imagine the unseen, and to embrace the magic woven into everyday life. Let the mountains and the sea guide your senses. Let the culture, history, and people reshape how you see the world. This journey is not just about visiting, it's about living Mexico at its most authentic.